A group of climate scientists held a virtual news conference today to talk about the rise in recent flooding events, including the deadly flood on July 4th. They discussed the role they say climate change is having on these weather events. Fox 4's Alex Boyer in the newsroom with the story. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Clarice. National Weather Service officials have issued more flood warnings in 2025 than any other year on record, dating back to 1986. Weather experts we talked to say a variety of factors are contributing to these weather events.
In that moment, I felt very uneasy. I felt like something wasn't right because the rain then became very constant and very heavy.
Dallas resident Lucretia Bates recounted the intensity of the rainfall as she and her family were vacationing along the Kamal River in New Braunfels over Independence Day weekend.
Water had gotten into the entry point of our tent, and all I could think of is, this is way too much water.
The family decided to leave the campground unaware of the deadly flooding event that was unfolding in the Texas Hill Country.
No warning. No sirens, nobody came to evacuate us. The campground didn't notify us. We really were oblivious.
Bates was part of a virtual news conference put on by a group of global climate scientists Tuesday.
This is what we're seeing play out. This is climate change that we're seeing in real time in these events.
In the last 2 weeks, we saw severe flooding across the country, including the deadly flood in the Texas Hill Country that killed over 120 people, including 27 children at Camp Mystic. That was followed by heavy flooding in New Mexico, North Carolina, New York, and New Jersey. A group of climate attribution scientists used data to explain how climate change makes these events more intense.
Warmer oceans means more evaporation, means more moisture to be fed into these systems for them to tap into, and we're able to make a climate connection to that event.
I asked Fox 4 meteorologist Kylie Capps to help put the spike we've seen in flood warnings into perspective. You saw that flooding happening in New York, coming up through the subway and in New Mexico. Kind of why is this all happening now?
And it's interesting, Alex. I think that a lot of people get caught up in that question. Why does it seem like there are so many warnings that are being issued? Why is that? And I think the biggest answer to that question is the fact that, well, our data has improved. Technology has improved in the last several years.
Lucretia Bates says that she joined a group called Extreme Weather Survivors. She says the group has been vital in offering support to folks who have lived through a traumatic weather event. She says part of the goal of the group is also to help promote real change when it comes to addressing climate concerns. Back to you.
Alex, thank you.